welcome once again to Mathematics, and we're so happy to be in your faces again today. My name is Adiado Okude, Coach D, and I have one handsome young man that I'm training. That I'm training in training. So introduce yourself, as usual.
Who is training with? Yeah. All right. Well, let me do elderly person. Well, Okunai Olumide is my name. Coachmide. Thank you for joining us.
Okunai Olumide John.
Right.
All right, you're welcome once again, and we're so happy to have you with us. And for this month, we've been examining marriage and boredom. Well, it's been a beautiful time, I believe.
Bored.
Yeah, married but bored. Wow.
Before we continue, please, I would like to remind you that by the grace of God, we are marriage mentors, certified marriage mentors, faith-based certified marriage mentors. So that means we can actually, we do counseling, we counsel people book sessions, and then we counsel. We can do this via social media. I mean, we can do this virtually, yeah. And do this physically. Please don't keep quiet. All you are going through might just be one word, one light in one area, and then the whole thing it becomes story. Don't forget, we are that by the grace of God. And please also forget all our channels, social media channels. We'd like you to join us on those channels. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. So married but bored, or married and bored, we've been, examining this over the past few weeks and thinking of how possible is this, and we know that it's something that is actually happening. Especially, it just even occurred to me, Coach Mide, that this era with this Gen Z limited attention span, how do people like that sustain continued interest in their spouses? So these are things that if you are not careful, it will just go into become bored of the whole arrangement, and becomes like inconvenient. And no wonder that people like that might just find that let me go to another person, let me divorce this one and go to the next person. So you're just going around. The truth is, if you get bored with someone after 2 years, go to the next person. I mean, how many spouses do you have to have in the next? Well, the one spouse that you have, you can go ahead and reinvent yourself. Yes, we invent that marriage and add spices to it, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. How do you recover this bored marriage? How do you come out of all of this? And these are the things we'll be looking at, because we've talked about the symptoms, the causes, and all of that in the past. You can check our past videos on saying the causes of all this boredom in marriage. So I want to go ahead and speak to how to come out of how to revive this situation. Firstly, I think the first thing is to communicate. One thing I realized, Coach Mide, is that a lot of times also, unmet expectation is one of the problems, the causes of this boredom.
Definitely.
Maybe you just expect that, this guy will be my prince, is shining armor. If I don't like this, you say, oh my darling, if I just lift my leg, you just bring it to
those Korean movies.
And the thing is not happening that way.
It cannot happen that.
So sometimes the expectations might not even be realistic, but still sometimes it's realistic, but it's not just being met. That being said, I think one of the first things to do is to communicate in terms of, my dad, I think there's something going on. Something is not just jiving. What do you think? Is it happening to you too? I mean, so you can't just pretend. For me, you can't just pretend that something is not wrong if something is actually wrong. So you might need to just open up that communication line first of all, like something we need help. We need something needs to happen to revive this relationship.
And then after communicating, sometimes we believe strongly that sometimes there may be a need to break the routine, break that cycle that has, brought you into boredom. Break it, put a stop to it, take a step back, rest, relax, refresh, then start afresh on a different way. Now, I read the story of a revered woman of God who had to take a week out of the house. When it became like the pressure was much, the monotonous activities, expectations, responsibilities, were there. Pastoral responsibilities to the children, to the husband, to our personal ministry and all. And then the whole thing just became a bit choky, and the marriage was almost experiencing some level of boredom. There was a need to take a step back. What she did was just take 1 week off, went to probably a resort, and just rested, enjoyed herself, relaxed, refreshed. There was no thought of what do I cook, what do I, this one shouting, mommy, this one shouting, that mommy, Those ones were no longer there. And that brought some bit of clarity to our marriage. And then, of course, you could be able to see the marriage in a better light, see the husband in a better light, and then come back refreshed. So what am I saying? Take a break. If it has become so serious, take a break out and reevaluate this whole situation. Find a place where you can be taken care of, or better still, find a place, a resort, a hotel, or thereabout. Depends on you. In fact, the two of you can go together, or you can go alone for some time. Your spouse can join you along the line. What we are saying is break the monotony and be able to redefine what is going on and then start afresh.
Yeah.
It will really, really help.
Yeah. Like, you going apart to reinvent or to rejuvenate, kind of, and then, if this one too is similar to it, try and have some self-care routine that you can bring into your life. Now, some people, for someone like me, you won't believe, when I go to make my hair, going to make my hair in the salon is like, I don't know, it's it's a self-care activity for me, which I kind of look forward to it. Not because I like spending too much time in the salon, but it's just something I just realized that this is for me. It just helps me to take a step back. It's just focus on me for that period. If you have to do that, just do some self-care routines. You make your hair, make your nails. If you are able, if your spouse is able to, your spouse can even suggest such, can even book you for such. Do spa, do some of these things. There's no way you will do that and not come back, refreshed, and not come back a bit, more beautiful. You come back, kind of, but at least for those hours, you are not just in the routine of the old distance. So look for self-care activities. It could be even walking, it could be jogging, it could be exercise. And I tell you, when some people go for exercises, it helps them. And I find physical exercise is very good because it helps us too. It helps our mind. So things like that, you cannot just put them aside. These are things you can invest your time in one time or the other. If you are not able to take a whole week off at a time, these are things you can always insert into your routine so that you are able to take a step backward per time and find some time to refresh, to rejuvenate your mind again. Yeah.
And then maybe finally on this from my own end, I would like to remind you about the principle of the love tap. Now, a lot of time people don't understand that we are vessels. We have this capacity to the love. So in marriage, when boredom sets in, I feel strongly that it's because the love tank is empty. So what I would say, you have a love tank, and it must be filled daily. Now, it should not be filled mainly by, it should not be filled mainly by you. It should be filled by your spouse. Basically by your spouse. So let's start from this aspect. Do you even know your love language? Your primary love language? That means the best way you feel love. We have about 5 of them, and these are key: quality time, gift, acts of service, touch, and
words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. These are 5. Which one speaks most?
And money.
I've always had the 6th one.
The 6th one is money.
But that one is not found in the dictionary that we got. So if you have, if you understand which one speaks more to you, you understand which one speaks more to your spouse. It is now left to you, if you want to come out of that boredom, to intentionally speak that love language to your spouse. You must be intentional. But that is one of the major focus of our love up challenge that we do about 3 times a year. You are intentional about feeling the love tank. And then, so for example, now for me, if I like money or gift,
But it's not money, it's not part of it.
I said gift.
We have removed money.
Gifts now.
We have removed money.
So monetary gifts. So if you are say this, I'm thinking an example.
This
And my account number is FBN.
No, one is you have said you have counseling body. Don't have sat.
So if yours is monetary gifts, and that's your spouse, and so what do? Give her gifts, be available, and then keep sending gifts in different formats in different areas. What you are doing is you are filling that love tank. So when she has depleted the love tank totally, and there is nothing there, by the time you begin to do this, you give gifts, you touch, you speak words of affirmation. Now, the fact that one is your major love language does not cancel expression of the rest.
The other.
So keep speaking all those of what you are doing is you are pouring fuel into that love tank again, and then it's going to come up. And before you know it, boredom will disappear, excitement will come in.
Okay.
These are the third principles that.
So which are the ones are you going to try out this coming week? Please try it out, and we're going to bring you more next week. These are some of the things that you could try out, and I want you to even try it out. We want you to try. We want to have your feedbacks on all of these things, and so we'll bring you more of this next week by the grace of God.
We would like to plead with you to be intentional about it. Look into the eyes of your spouse and speak that love language. Money, you speak that love language.
Yeah, remove money.
And you will see his eyes. See, I'm blushing just with the thought of money. He's blushing already. So I know what works for her.
Please, well.
But when did money become a love language, really?
Please, let's end the show. So, viewers, we'll see you next week.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.